Hey everyone, Witchy Cat Lady here in High Realms, and this video was pre-recorded and I am voicing over, just a little bit of disclosure there. I am giving out a creator block to a winner. This is my first actual block challenge, and I had posted and hosted it in the Discord server for the game. As you can see, I decided to go with a maze. I will probably do more of these in the future, but I'm going to do it on a larger scale, something I can kind of move the walls around in so that I don't have to rebuild a whole new maze every single time. So what I'm doing here is just getting it all built up. I found this maze on Google, the design for it, and then just adjusted it a little bit. I actually have been designing mazes for a very long time. I've drawn them out on paper. I've actually, when I was a kid, I used to make them for my hamsters out of, cardboard and stuff like that. I really enjoy them. So I wanted to do one of my first challenges, making a maze to see if, people enjoyed it. This first one is not very complicated, as you can see, but I did want to make it so that, you couldn't easily just look up over the walls and see how to get through. So I did want to build the walls up a little bit. I did learn a few things while doing this. I did learn that I'm going to have to take it up a couple of notches. So if I do a maze in the future, watch out. It will be more complicated. Now that I know what level some of you guys are playing on here. I chose the dark hollow wood for this one because this is actually a really nice wood. And I didn't want it to be too bright. I wanted to try to give it a darker feel to it, like you are actually really inside a maze. And I feel like this had a little bit more texture to it than some of the stone blocks that are out there. Light is definitely helpful for doing stuff like this. I did periodically do a little run through as I was building up the walls, making sure I didn't block myself out somehow, because sometimes when I get to clicking fast, sometimes the blocks go in places that I don't want them to go. And I decided here to take out this little strip of oak that was still there from some of my old farmlands and replace it with dirt, so it wasn't a very clear indication on exactly where to go. And if I remember correctly, I think I changed one of the walls as well, because this was a pretty straight path and to me it looked a little too obvious. So sometimes I do make some adjustments, even after I look at it and I'm like, wow, yeah, this is nice. And then I get in, start running it, and I'm like, no, we need to tweak this a little bit, which is what I'm doing right here. We're just gonna move some of this wall around a little bit. There, that's a little better. That way it's not just a straight run down the corridor there. I'm wondering if glass walls would work out so that people could see while they're in there, but then of course put a top over it that's completely dark, so it's not like you can glitch and see the walls or anything, but then glass so you can see everybody else running around. That might be interesting, but I'm not sure how that would work here in this game. I'll have to experiment as the game updates with some other blocks and features and see how that would work out. Also, a tip, if you did not know, if you have wood blocks at your island, don't use a pickaxe to tear them down. An axe will take it down much faster because, it's wood. So here I was actually thinking of having a couple of sides be glass on the outside, and then I decided that I didn't want to do that because that might get our speedrunners a little bit too much of a edge up to speedrun it even faster. So we're just going to place some torches around here to give it a little bit of light, because I decided at the last minute that I wasn't going to be too trolly for the first challenge. I was going to leave it completely dark. We'll do that. We'll do that next time. But I think this is looking pretty good. So I'm going to have to get a ceiling and the rest of the walls around that here soon. Just get a couple more lights. A design like this might be good for like a dungeon and a castle. If you're doing a castle build and you want to have like a little mazy dungeon, you could do something like this. Okay, almost got the last few torches up here, and then we'll start getting that closed in. See here, you can see I'm putting the glass up, and I decided I didn't like the look of that because as you can see, as I'm turning around, you can kind of see the breaks in the wall, and that to me kind of wrecked the effect a little bit, so we're going to tear all of that down. At least the glass blocks are pretty easy to break. I feel like I can break them down a lot faster than I can put them up. And yes, my island is a little bit of a mess here. I was tearing up some old farmland that I don't need anymore now that I've unlocked all of the crop underlings. I will be making a new farmland spot. I'm just not 100% sure where I'm going to put it yet. I don't really need it right now for the money or the food since I have so many of the watermelon underlings, but it'll be nice to have one in case I want to grow some food really quick or help boost up my income for when some updates come out and there's things to buy. And if you've not seen it, I do have a short up of me selling some watermelons. That was just some casual hanging out at my island and then collecting from my underlings. If you really sit down to grind using, your underlings and then a farm, then you can make a whole lot more. Okay, let's do one more run in here. And as you can see, I neglected to get rid of all of the stuff on the floor, and that's fine. This is just our first test run to see how the community responds to it. So there's our maze and done. And now let's get the roof on this thing. And we're just going to use the same wood. I'm not really too concerned about how it's situated because this will get torn down. This is just a temporary one. And don't worry, I have screenshots of it, and well, we have a video of it now. So if I want to rebuild it elsewhere, I can do that. This can be a little time consuming, but I didn't mind doing this. I found it very relaxing. Just kind of filling it in. I think when I was working on this I think I was listening to music, so I was really just vibing. Okay, we almost have it completely closed in. Almost time to announce in the Discord that the first few people who join me get to have a chance at competing in the maze for a block. Okay, there, we have it all covered up. Okay, so that's what it looks like from the outside, so you can't see any of the walls. Let's go in here and take a quick run through to make sure that the path is clear and that there's no little secret jump through spots. Alright, in retrospect, I probably should have plowed that grass, but I didn't, and here we are. Okay, so this all looks really good. Everything's looking great. Yeah, I really like the way the dark hollow wood looks for inside a maze. Be good for a Halloween build, honestly, with that lighting. Okay, so let me head over to the Discord and announce after I block up this doorway and the doorway on the other end, and we'll get our contestants in here. Okay, and the first of our contestants are starting to join. I'm going to have to keep an eye on them to make sure that they don't glitch into the maze. Gotta catch them before they come in. Okay, our settings. They can't mess with my stuff and tear up my walls. Had to double check on that. Okay, just telling them where to wait and to please wait. And here come the last of them, and I think our server is just about full. So we can get this game started here in just a second. Okay, our server is full, so I'm going to have everybody wait here while I explain the rules and get the doors open, and we'll see how fast they can dash through. Let's turn the joins off real quick. And I think I see somebody trying to dash in. Honestly, next time I do this, I'm going to have my alt set up on another screen so that I have eyes on both ends. Because I see how some of y'all are. You're sneaky. You're sneaky. Okay, rules are explained, so we're going to go take down the door in the back. And I think at this point it has become... Okay, so we're going to take down the door in the back now that rules have been explained. And at this point, we have somebody who cheated. No block for you. If you cheat, you don't get a block. Follow the rules. So, now that all of that has been made clear, We're gonna let everybody in to run the maze. If you cheat, you get disqualified. Just know that for future contests. Alright, letting them in. I see how fast they are. I'm gonna have to get over here quickly and see who pops out. Alright, they should be emerging any second now. I see some of them, see the little swords and body parts through the walls. And here comes the disqualified one. Sorry, next time. So here's one winner, 2 winner, and we did 3 winners this time. So where is the other one? And there they are. See, this was a very fast maze for this group. You guys are very good at minigames. I am definitely going to be upping the challenge for next time. So let me get those blocks out to them. And if you're seeing my inventory moving around, that actually has been fixed by the time this video is up. So I'm handing out the blocks now. I have to type in a command, so it's not trading or anything like that. And it's not a command that gives to everybody. I will grant individuals one at a time. That's our command. And you can see there at the bottom, they're moving my inventory around. That bug, that glitch has been fixed. So that can't happen anymore unless there's perms. So don't worry about that. If you have visitors coming to your island, nobody can mess with your inventory anymore unless you give them perms. So tell me what you guys think of the maze challenge for a block. Let me know what kind of challenges you want to see going forward. I do have a lot of ideas. Please watch my video about how to get the creator block, and I'll see you guys in game or another video. Bye.